Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just gone over to Bitcoin, but got the CoinsKid crew. So thank you for your support, thank you for liking the videos, and thank you for subscription on YouTube. If you're not already involved in the private Discord, definitely get involved in that community right there, okay? So let's dive into the Bitcoin chart and see what we can see. Looking at Bitcoin on a monthly time frame, then we've done something in the charts that not a lot of people have paid attention to, and I think the last time we did it was on a 2-week time frame, and I brought that to your attention as well, and we've seen a massive move off that signal. It was way back in January when we got a break above the 10 EMA, and we printed the golden cross under the histogram for the MACD. Okay, so to get this particular indicator into your charts, go to indicators, type in MACD, and you have something called moving average convergence divergence. As you can see, I've got it starred because that means it's favorited, because it's an amazing indicator. I actually use this indicator on the 5-minute time frame and look for golden crosses under the histogram as well. I'm going to make a series of videos for you on how to trade on a 5-minute time frame, because obviously you can get in and out quicker. But anyway, that's a different story, and please keep a lookout for those particular videos. Okay, so right now back to the monthly time frame, we're looking at the golden cross under the zero line, okay, which can't be ignored. So this is just one of many bullish signals that are stacking up for Bitcoin right now. Okay, does it mean that Bitcoin is absolutely going to 100% take off into space? Absolutely not, but it is a very, very strong signal that can't be ignored. For example, look at this bearish signal up here, this bearish cross. When you got this sort of double top, you start to come down, you're losing the structure. This point here, you know, I did make a video about this particular bearish cross as well, and then we've come back down, haven't we? We've had this massive crash coming back down, but in essence all we've done, you've got your swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, find support on a previous swing high, and then up you go. So right now, in theory, we should be attempting to come up and attack that high without losing this low, given all the structure and the bullish sentiment and, you know, the bullish signals that we're looking at as well across the board here for Bitcoin. So, you know, in theory, this should actually be true low going forward. But remember, there's no guarantees. But what we want to see, if we're expecting some kind of big upside, is multiple closes above the 20-week EMA, 20-month EMA, sorry, which is what we're getting. We want to see MACD bullish crosses. We want to see a bounce off the bottom of the RSI. We want to see many signals as well if we're expecting a massive impulsive move. So the last time we actually printed that golden cross, I did bring it to your attention as well, and it was on a 2-week time frame, equally under the zero line, way back there in January. We printed that golden cross, and look at the massive God candle that followed. Okay, so it can't be too bearish at the moment, because I think Bitcoin's running to key resistance. You know, you just chop at the moment before breaking this resistance and putting in, you know, a new local high for the year. So I'm going to show you where all that resistance is, and I'm going to show you where all the support is. Let's dive into the 15-minute time frame, and I'll show you what I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin. Looking at Bitcoin on the 15-minute time frame, and look at that, we've eventually come all the way back up to that God candle backtest, and that's exactly where we found resistance. You know, look at that, amazing. I did speak about this particular scenario, I think it was last week, wasn't it, when this happened? We created this sort of big God candle backtest just there, and eventually we come all the way back up to it. I'll be completely honest with you, I was expecting another low before we actually got there, but what we've got here is 5 waves. We've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looking to count this back up in a shallow ABC and then go again. But what we've done here, we've come up, we've made a high low just there, and then boom, we've broke back into this resistance, and we've got this God candle backtest a lot quicker than I anticipated, to be honest with you, but we've got it. So it's a big tick, and these are always opportunities that I try and identify. Okay, I did post this on Twitter and show you in a previous video that, you know, the God candle backtest, when you lose support like that with a big flush through, you do eventually come back to it to backtest as resistance. And equally, you know, when you start to break through key levels of resistance, you do eventually come back to backtest as support. This is why at this point last week, when we made this lower high here, I was looking at its projection all the way down to this support here, because we've broken out the resistance, you know, the God candle basically, and we're coming back to it. So we've traded many of these over the years, and you know, when it's all the way down here, it never feels like it's going to get there, but there's always a looking glass, some kind of little clue in the charts right there, because of the loss of support, God candle breakdown, okay, and eventually come back up. You've got your resistance retest. So right now, what is Bitcoin doing? So in my opinion at the moment, the 5 waves here are sort of pushing us down, and what we've got is a retracement back up to where we came from. So we could drop the fibs on here for Bitcoin. So I can't get too bullish in the short term just yet, because I think we're going for a correction until we start to take out a key level resistance, which is the 1 fib, 31499. Okay, we take that resistance out. Okay, we've got a correction in, we're coming back upstairs, we're busting through the fibs, and we really are going to start to put another impulsive move. Where will that impulsive move go? You know, if we have bottom just there, and right now we're coming upstairs impulsively and correctively, if we do break the 1 fib at 31499, where will Bitcoin go to? I would be looking at a minimal 1618 at 32646, where I would most definitely be looking to take any profit. Once we take that resistance out, you know, I'll be looking to go long, and I would definitely be looking to take profit at the 1618 at 32646. Now, you know, is the correction in? Now, the 5 waves down is quite concerning, okay, in the sense that what we might have is some kind of wave 1, basically, and we'll come up in a correction back up to the 702 fib, and equally this leg of resistance before another push to the downside. So what I'm looking at for Bitcoin right now is the fact that it needs to hold the 0 fib at 29727, because if it doesn't, there's a high probability here that Bitcoin will drop to the top end of the weekly Gaussian channel, which I've shown you, right about the 28,500 mark, isn't it? Let me drop that in right now to give you the exact target of that particular level of support. If we do start to take out the 0 fib at 29727, I'd be looking to ladder some bids in these levels. I'm going to show you why. We've got the Gaussian channel, and let's drop this into the charts right now. We've got the top end of the Gaussian at roughly, what is that? The top end of the Gaussian is 28522. Now there is a level of support just there at 27170 that if it gets nasty and the markets do shit the bed again and collapse, you know, which absolutely possible because the markets are so volatile, if you do get shaken out again, then this is an amazing level of support for me. And there's a reason why we will backtest this level of support. Is equally the 20-week EMA, and equally what we've got here, if we zoom in on the 15-minute time frame, and remember this is all a game of probabilities, you know, there's absolutely no certainties in this space, but we have got a God candle backtest here in the charts on a 15-minute time frame way down here at 27170. Now I did show you this a few weeks ago when we broke out. We've got this massive level of resistance down here that we've not necessarily backtested as support, so it's a God candle backtest just there. You see that level of resistance? We've melted through it without backtesting it. So if this is a monster ABC and some kind of big Bart pattern like this, where we've come up, we've gone sideways like this, and then we Bart back down, then for me, I think that could be a nice little liquidity grab for, you know, the CoinsKid crew down there at 27170. It would absolutely put the fear of God into people, but it's just another leg of support in this bull market for Bitcoin, okay? Until we lose all that support, then for me, Bitcoin is looking pretty tasty. So again, we've got the God candle backtest of this breakdown. If right now this is some kind of retracement, and then we've got start to go again, we've got the 3, we've got the 4, and we've got the 5, okay? And then what we've got is the A, the B, the C wave, and we could actually get all the way down to there, 2710. So what I'm going to do is put some bids in down there and hope to get filled, obviously, and equally on the weekly Gaussian channel, the top end of the Gaussian channel right there at 28555, isn't it? So you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. I'll be back tomorrow with an update on Bitcoin. Bye bye.